Alright, it's time to get a mower working for this year. I got a few mowers, but I'm trying to get one of these zero turns going. And I picked this one up for 30 bucks. As you can see, she's kind of exploded, so we're going to need to find an engine for it. These engines just are garbage. Just absolute junk. That one's junk. The one in here, same thing. Junk, blown up. I don't remember where the hole is on this one, but junk. Got one there. The first engine was junk. Put that engine in. That one's junk now. So, yeah, we're not going to be putting one of those engines in, that's for sure. We're going to find something else. So, go ahead and tow her into the shop, rip that engine out, and see if we can find another engine for it. Alright, let's tow this thing into the shop. I'd use this one to cut the grass, but the blades don't engage, and the deck is rusted through, and it doesn't drive all that fast, so I think it's a tow rig at best. See if it'll work. There we go, come on. Alright, we got this pile of junk in here, and I also brought in this other engine I'm going to swap in there. Hopefully Briggs & Stratton has improved the design of these engines so they don't explode when you look at them the wrong way. But I think it'll bolt right in. I'll have to change up the wiring a little bit so that plugs in, and the exhaust, of course, I'm going to have to swap. But other than that, they should bolt right up the same. But I won't know, I guess, until I yank that sucker out and see what we're working with. So let's get that thing out of there and throw it on the Intech pile. Alright, we got the old crappy engine out, and I got the pulley off the bottom there. Kind of a pain, but that's where it comes in handy to have a nice set of pickle forks. So pound a pickle fork on there until it bottoms out, and then put another pickle fork on there and keep pounding, and you can get it to slide off. So I should be ready to throw the new engine in. I've got to take the exhaust pipe off of it and get that out before I put the engine in. And then I'll swap in the other one, the original one from this mower. The only other thing that's a little bit different I'm going to have to modify is the charging system. This one's got either a 5 or a 9 amp charging system, probably a 5, and it's got a little voltage regulator here and everything, and one wire output. This one's a little bit different. This is a dual circuit charging system. So one of these lines is AC and one of these lines is DC. I think I can take the DC line, plug it into where that red wire plugs into on this other machine, and it should work. The problem being that's probably a 5 amp alternator, and these dual circuit ones only put out, I think, like 2 to 4 amps, somewhere in there. So it may not be enough to keep up with the electric clutch. I don't really know. I think I'm just going to try it. I think I can plug that in and make it charge anyway. Maybe I should do some more research, but for now I think we can get the engine set in there and everything bolted up, and should be good to go that way. So hopefully it won't be too long, and this thing will work. Hopefully the carburetor's not screwed up on this. This has been sitting for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember. And it sat with gas in it, so who knows. Maybe I'll have to steal the carburetor off of that one. But let's throw it in and see if we can make it work. Alright, we've got the new engine in. I've got everything bolted up to it. It all bolts up the same except for the charging system. I've gone ahead and I've swapped the plugs over from the old one. And I've got the DC lead hooked up here, and the AC lead's just kind of taped up. Hopefully that'll charge, and charge enough. I guess we'll see. Now all that's left to do is throw the battery in and see if this thing will actually run, because it has been sitting for a couple of years and I don't know the condition of the carburetor. So I guess we'll find out and see if that's going to work or not. So throw a battery in it and yeah, crank her up. Alright, I got a battery in it. Let's see if our transplant engine's going to run, and see if our battery's going to have enough juice to make it run. cranking. Let's spray a little go juice in there and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think my carburetor's allowing the gas to get in there. Yeah, maybe if we run it a while, clear that out. Well, it seems it's only running on choke. Looks like I'm going to have to go through the carburetor. Well, had I known the carburetor was that nasty, I probably would have pulled it off and cleaned it before I stuck that engine in. But whatever, we'll see if we can get that cleaned up and maybe get it running good again. Yeah, this engine must have been running on hopes and dreams, because I don't see how any gas got through that carburetor. But anyway, it's cleaned out. I cleaned out all that crap in the bowl, sprayed it down a little bit, sprayed through the passages. Hopefully that's enough to get it to run. And got it all back together. Let's give it a try. Well, now I don't want to do nothing. Maybe I didn't turn the gas back on. That's kind of an important thing. No, I got the gas on. That little guy's plugged in. Sure, you clean the carburetor and then you don't want to work. Okay, how did I break it now? Alright, I went ahead and opened up the carburetor again, and I think I found my problem. There was a little bit of goo in the inlet needle there, and it wouldn't allow any gas in. And while I was in there, I dug a little deeper and I found that this gasket's kind of broke. So I went ahead and went out to my abundance of carburetors and found one just like it, and replaced the gasket, and it should work now, hopefully. Let's go ahead and turn the key and see if it's going to do something. Choke. Well, it's running a lot better, but it's still got a little bit of a lean surge to it. Hopefully that'll kind of work itself out. Put a little seafoam in the tank, we'll see what happens. Plus the gas is in the tank is pretty old yet, so it runs good enough, I think, to try her out, and we'll see if it clears up. So let's get her back together and we should be done with this thing. Alright, we got everything back together. A little issue sorted out. Went ahead and mowed with it a little bit. It seems to work good, so I think we're done here. I haven't checked the charging system, but yeah, we're just going to assume it works. If it dies on me when I'm mowing, I guess I'll know. Hopefully, this engine will last a little bit longer than them other crappy Intech ones, but we'll see. It says it's got improved durability and what else did it say? Improved durability and something. I don't know. It's written on the engine, but they set a pretty low bar with them things, so hopefully it'll work.